Okay, and we are live. Hello, everybody. This is Anna Laura Brown of AnnaLauraBrown.com. And in today's live broadcast, I am going to talk with you a little bit about how I ingest essential oils and some of my recommendations for ingesting essential oils. Now, I've written a separate blog post all about why ingesting essential oils and that kind of thing, and I'll include a link to that below, as well as some other ways and recommendations for ingesting essential oils. And so let's get started with that. So obviously the topic of ingesting essential oils, if you have any experience with using them at all, it is a little bit controversial. And I address that in the post that I will link below. Some people really don't believe that you should be ingesting essential oils. However, that is not the topic of this presentation. So for this presentation today, we're just going to talk about the how and why I do it. And I'm not really going to address the naysayers or people that think that you shouldn't be ingesting essential oils. Okay, so let's get started. So I want to start by saying something, though, along those lines, that you do have to be careful which brand you ingest. Not all brands can be ingested. And so if the brand says not to ingest it, don't. And, the other way that you can also tell is, I believe I brought, looks like I left it upstairs. I didn't, well, that's okay. You can still kind of tell, is that for doTERRA specifically, and for even some of the other brands that I've seen, if you can ingest it, hopefully you can see that. This is a little smaller bottle there. You will see a little supplements facts thing on the bottles that you're able to be ingested. So the ones that you cannot ingest will not have that on it. So for example, the eucalyptus, cedarwood, cypress, wintergreen, a lot of the tree oils, and a lot of the blends typically you cannot ingest, because they contain things that, you just can't use them for ingestion purposes. So, make sure, so that before you start ingesting essential oils, make sure that you're using a brand that can be ingested and that you're using specific ones that are able to be ingested. Then the third thing that you want to think about is the fact that if you have, I have heard from several people such as Dr. Axe and several others, that if you have really bad digestive issues or IBS or some things like that, you may want to reconsider whether or not you are ingesting essential oils at this time anyway. And maybe in the future when you have healed yourself a little bit more, you may be able to do it. Another thing I want to say is that I use essential oils a lot more for aromatherapy with diffusing and with putting on my skin than I do internally. So in other words, taking them internally is actually my least frequently used and least favorite way to use essential oils. However, I'm going to talk with you about how I do ingest them. So the first way that I ingest them is that doTERRA actually sells some different ones that come already in a pill, and you just buy them in a pill and swallow them. I'm actually currently don't have any of those with me right now. So, but basically we have like a Serenity Sleep one, an On Guard Plus one for your immunity, and a Digest one for your digestive system, and it's basically just a pill that's already created that you can just swallow. And that actually is one of the better ways to do it, because then it's already created, you already know how it is. So then the other thing, and actually I need to go grab something really fast and I'll be right back. Okay, I am back now. So the other way you can do it is that you can also create your own essential oil capsules. So for example, these happen to be the doTERRA veggie caps, but you can also get empty veggie caps like at Whole Foods or Sprouts or a lot of other places. And what you do is you just take the little capsule, and there's basically two different ways to do it. So you can think about whichever essential oils you want to do. So for me, lately I have been using the Copaiba essential oil internally a lot. I found that has really helped me with, reducing inflammation, helping my hormone balances with my monthly menstrual cramps and a few other things. And so what you do is you want to be really careful, 2, 3. So you don't ever want to put more than about 3 drops in at once. And some people will recommend that you also put in some kind of an ingestible carrier oil. So for example, this is a thing of Kroger olive oil. So what I would do, and I don't always do this, sometimes I do, but I don't always do this, is just kind of try to put just a little, oh, that was kind of a lot, just a little tiny bit in there to help it dissolve. And then I will take this with a glass of water, and I'll take that actually after this presentation is over. And so you can do that way. Like, I personally don't think you have to put the carrier oil in there, but you know, if you're a little worried about your digestive system, that kind of thing, you can. Also with something like oregano, like if you're taking a really hot oil internally, and oregano is a really hot oil, or cinnamon or something like that, or clove is another one that I like to use internally, then you can put a little bit of that there too. So the main reasons why I do use essential oils internally would be like if I am coming down with some kind of a, you know, a little bit of a sickness, if you will, and I'd like to try to boost my immune system and help myself recover faster, then, you know, sometimes taking some of the hotter oils like cinnamon, clove, oregano, those kind of things internally can really help. Also, if I am trying to get the oil to go through my entire body rather than just target one specific place, then sometimes internally can really be helpful. Although you can also get the oils to go in through your entire system by putting them on the bottoms of your feet or your wrists as well. Those are really porous places of your body, so you don't necessarily have to use them internally in order to get it to your entire body, but that's another reason why I sometimes do it. And so then sometimes, you know, like I also like to take like the Blend On Guard internally as well inside a little capsule. So basically that is just the how and why I ingest essential oils. So, you know, really some of the questions I ask myself first is, well, obviously, am I taking an essential oil or blend that I can use internally? Then I ask myself, you know, why do I want to use it internally? In other words, is there some specific reason why I feel like I need it internally as opposed to putting it on the bottoms of my feet or putting it on a specific area? And am I really trying to target my entire body or a certain system in my body, such as my immune system or digestive system, rather than just a specific area? So anyhow, hopefully this information helps you, and take care, and thanks for watching. And if you would like to know more, I will include the links below where you can contact me and we can have a conversation more and I can answer your questions.